When the topic of immigration came up, which is one that Donald Trump likes to hammer this administration on, he likes to call Kamala Harris wrongly the border czar. That was not specifically her job. She pivoted to crowd sizes.
And he closes with God Bless America, and we saw him raise his hand in the air defiantly, blood on his face as he left the stage.
He is recovering from these injuries now. This was a traumatic event, no doubt, for him. But I did notice there was no call for lowering the temperature, condemning all political violence, and really trying to signal to his supporters as well not to retaliate or to have any kind of escalation here. I just am looking at these statements.
There's a belief in his inner circle that he's under siege.
I understand.
Being attacked at his rally. And so there's a lot of every text message I'm getting.
Will exactly digest it, like you're saying.
I mean, every single text message, literally every single one from Trump sources is outraged and shocked. And so that is certainly the mood inside the highest ranks of the Republican Party, speaking to CBS News tonight.
And we got round one in this preview of the House Democratic managers versus the White House. We had Adam Schiff up there for more than 40-something minutes, according to my notes, 17 full screens laying out details. There was video of the president saying he would be happy to have everybody testify. Chairman Schiff's presentation, I mean, the full screen that said, you know, that 0 documents have been presented by the White House. They had full screens with pictures of every White House official that has that the president directed not to testify. I mean, he was trying to put his argument essentially on full screen in graphics for not only the senators, 100 senators, but for the American people.
I want to ask you about this when it comes to political violence. On your Twitter feed, you posted this video we're going to show just a few days ago where you're firing a gun and it says, "Enjoyed exercising my Second Amendment rights. Hashtag fire Pelosi." Why is there a gun in a political ad at all?
It wasn't an ad.
Hashtag
I was
or a
tweeting
tweet.
out. I was tweeting out something that I had
Hashtag
just
fire
done.
Pelosi with a weapon.
Well, now
wouldn't a pink slip be more fitting if it's about firing her?
It's interesting, Margaret.
Why a gun?
It's interesting, Margaret, that we're talking about this morning when a couple of years back, when a Bernie Sanders supporter shot Steve Scalise,
which was horrendous
when a Bernie
and
Sanders
horrific,
supporter
which is
shot
why we
Steve
should
Scalise,
be not
I never heard you or
weapons.
anyone else in the media trying to blame Democrats for what happened. We need to stay focused on what we're all doing.
We did extensive coverage of what happened to Steve Scalise. There's extensive
Nobody
news coverage,
tried to equate Democrats' rhetoric. People that
I'm not talking about your rhetoric. I'm talking about what you posted. You're shooting a gun. Our viewers just saw it.
Yeah, right.
Hashtag fire Pelosi.
Exercising our Second Amendment rights, having fun.
That's not a debate about the Second Amendment.
Yeah.
That's not a debate about the Second Amendment. Hashtag fire Pelosi.
Yes, it is.
Do you
I'm running
not
the campaign
understand that that
operation
is
for the
suggestive to people who are in a bad state and in this current environment, how risky it is? As you're talking about the importance of lowering the rhetoric.
I disagree with you,
Why do you leave that up?
Again, I never saw anyone after Steve Scalise was shot by a Bernie Sanders supporter trying to equate Democrat rhetoric with those actions. Please don't do that.
I wonder, though, how worried the campaign is. Donald Trump ran against a woman, Hillary Clinton, in 2016. It was personal. He called her nasty. He called her a lot of other words. I wonder whether those same types of attacks would work in 2024. There will be a different dynamic running against a black woman.
We know that media companies have acknowledged that they worked in conjunction with the federal government to suppress information about Hunter Biden's laptop during an election year.
That is not true whatsoever when it comes to this journalist or the journalists involved with this program.
Well, then why were his stories about it taken down off of media companies? Why was it being suppressed during that election? Why talk about the Steele dossier? I mean, we could go back. There is all kinds of things going on in our country related to election integrity. And I think whether you're an independent, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, we should all care about election integrity. And if we want to have equivalency, then to make sure that we have a level playing field.
We have to finish this conversation.